Love you 3,000.
Ano habak 3,000 from UAE.
Love you 3,000.
Ti amo 3,000.
Para kami din. Love you 3,000.
Welcome to another edition of Coach Miranda Minor's Daily Technical Charting, Fundamentals, Improvement of Trading Quotient, and everything about crypto all in one channel. You need to take time to find your bread and butter trade. Ang focus is very important. Dahan-dahanin mo, wag ka mafo-FOMO. Diba? I always tell you to trust the system. No, I want you to wait for a confirmation candle. Wait for this line to be broken. To never, ever do shortcuts in trading.
Kaya ang galing-galing talaga pag natutunan mo yung tinuturo ni Coach bago na-i-apply mo. Bago yung patient lang, yung patient tsaka yung discipline.
Si Coach kasi, he's not just a content creator. Talagang mentor siya. Pinaglalaanan niya ng oras lahat ng videos niya. Not for him, not to get subscribers. Pero para matuto tayo, para maging profitable tayo kagaya niya. Sobrang amazing lang kasi konti lang yung taong gano'n na hindi madamot, na hindi niya sasadilinin kung paano siya mag-earn ng pera. Si Coach kasi mas gusto niya pang i-share yung blessings niya.
Nag-decide ako i-PM po kayo, nag-enroll po ako sa inyo sa beginner class. Ginawa ko po talaga everyday 3 to 4 videos na sa YouTube ang pinapanood ko, tapos ninonote ko pa talaga lahat.
Magpahinga ka. Hindi tatakbo yung market, hindi mauubos yung trade setup na yan. Find that bread and butter setup. Vulnerability in trading is our most accurate measurement of trading quotient. You have yet to see your success. You have yet to see your millions. Andiyan dyan na. Are you going to give up today? Or are you going to use the word not yet? Hello everyone! This is Coach Miranda Minor at magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. This is a very special day. Just give me a second everyone. Just give me a second, okay? All right. Ako po si Coach Miranda Minor and welcome again sa ating napakagandang topic. Alam mo, I'm going to be giving you sort of a what's in the history. So, thank you for spending your Friday sa akin kasama ng ating community. Napakagandang topic, talagang pinag-research, no? And I hope this can add value sa iyong cryptocurrency know-how, and of course, economy 101, no? Libre, walang bayad. I will make it very simplified for you. And I'm hoping that itong mga lesson na ito ay magiging nugget of information para sa iyo. No? I will not make it sound like an economist reporting, but I will make it sound like it's a good information to have. Ito ay isang simpleng impormasyon na makakatulong sa pagiging market observer mo, no, in a big picture. I would like to talk about this because marami pong mga features or lathalain po ngayon na tumatalakay sa potensyal ng isang US recession by 2022. And kung kung matandaan po ninyo, nung mga nakakaraang buwan, I already said a potential recession. No, can you please type number 1 if you remember that? No, kung ikaw po ay matagal na sa ating grupo. I've been talking about this and mayroon po akong binanggit na metric or metriko kung saan pwede nating himayin kung bakit may mga ganitong pangyayari. Meron palang potential indicator of a particular recession period. No, meron palang potential recession period at alamin natin, isa-isahin natin what are those factors, and let's all go back the memory lane. What are those things, no, now we need to consider? Alam mo ba may mga indicators yan? And one of the very, very famous indicator is what we call the 10-year versus the 2-year treasury yield rate. I will explain to you and I will show to you in details and how to find that in our trading view. Okay? Alright, so ako po ay masayang-masaya. Let me actually show myself again to all of you. There you go. Ako po ay masayang-masaya because today is going to be a very, very special day na naman. At nagkasama-sama po tayo ulit. Today is Friday. Thanks God, it's Friday! Woohoo! Thanks God, it's Friday. And of course, marami naman sa atin nakapahinga. No? Tayo po ay salamat sa Panginoon. Salamat sa isang linggo na nakaraan. No? And well, if you're in the States, it's going to be your last day in the office for if you're Monday to Friday. No? So, salamat Lord. Nako, Friday na naman po. And of course, syempre, ilang tulog na naman. Lunes na naman po. You know, I'm very happy kasi na-meet ko yung ating batch 26. Alam mo, ang gagaling ng batch na to. Di ko alam kung ano bang binago natin sa presentations natin. Pero since I've added a couple of filters and assessments, may mga assessments kasi tayo before ka mag-university. For some reason, ang gagaling eh. Yung moderators, please agree, no? Yung mga facilitators kanina, yung nagpe-present na mga estudyante, they talk like and speak like me already. So coach, ito, meron ditong potential correction area because may 618. So obviously, consider namin yan for a potential take profit area. No? Tapos coach, because of this TSLBD or trend support line breakdown, nagkaroon kami ng confirmation candle. Pinasok po namin yan. Nag-take profit po kami dun sa potential 382 area. I was like, what? Ang galing. Imagine mo the market, the students are actually able to earn on a downward market. The students are able to earn on a downward trend or during the retracement. Tapos we have one student, babae, ang galing niya eh. Sabi ko, ay, galing nito, no? Nakaka-amaze and I'm very, very proud of the students, no? Pero sinabi ko din, syempre, hindi naman lahat ganun kabilis matuto, no? So, natutuwa ako. Batch 26, congratulations to all of you and congratulations to you graduating and welcome to another journey which is gonna be your intermediate class. Alright? Shout out to all batch 26 na sobrang walang pagod, nandito pa din. Alright. Okay, of course, doon na po tayo sa ating araw-araw na panata. Let's all listen to this, everyone. Okay, kamay sa dibdib at ilagay ang utak sa sinasabi natin today. Let's all do this in 1, 2, 3, go! Daily affirmation and commitment. Ako ay isang disiplinadong crypto trader. I will always plan my trades. I will not enter if it's not my bread and butter trade. I will say no to FOMO dahil I can always earn profits naman in my alpha trades. May tamang signals for buying and selling. Bakit ako manghuhula analysis? I will journal my trades because I want to know myself more. I will know that my emotions will be known if I write them down. I will treat trading as a business and that since I don't have a boss, I will make myself accountable to my losses. I will do all of this, I promise. Because alam ko, yayaman ako, uunlad ako, I can reach my dreams very soon. Trading is not a sprint, it is a marathon, and I am a millionaire. Millionaire trader, and I have a millionaire mindset.
Alright, ayun. Ganda naman ng commitment na yan. Sana lagi mong sasabihin yan, ha? Sana lagi mong ina-affirm yan. I am a very disciplined trader. Alright. Okay, let's all move on with the next topic. Next slide. Let's go to the next slide, please. All right. Of course, if you're new to my channel, please click on like and subscribe and share. And of course, comment. No, I do live every 10 o'clock gabi-gabi. Please don't forget to please like, share, and comment. Sige na, please. All right. By the way, i-promote ko lang, no? We're still waiting for the approval and funding from PDAX. Pero, pwede nyo nang i-claim yung, at least meron kayong 50 pesos, no? 50 pesos pa din yun, guys. If you sign up and if you create an account right now in PDAX, go to the part where you say claim your referral code bonus. Please type Miranda Minor. You're going to get a 50 peso bonus coming from PDAX. Huwag makakalimut doon, ha. Although they're not yet in-approve na nila yung ating referral code para may makuha kayong bonus, no? So you just use the word Miranda Minor, claim the code for PDAX. Alright. Okay, and of course, bilang announcement, alright, Elite University announcement, please don't forget ang atin pong Batch 27 is still open for enrollment, Batch 28 for beginners. Ang atin pong intermediate classes on February 19 and 26, February 18 and 25, March 18 and 25, and March 19 and 26. Lahat po ng linggong yan, it's still open for you. We can actually accept, parang baka mali ako, I think March, Batch 19, 20, 21, 22 are still open, but we'll let you know, mag-enroll na kayo, baka puno na yung 19 and 20. I forget, no? Alam ko ongoing enrollment, baka puno na. So make sure mag-enroll na kayo if you're not yet enrolled, no? So looking forward to see all of you. And of course, I have a date for all of you on February 17. Yan, aral tayo, guys. February 17, can you be my date? Okay? Kaysa ibili mo ng roses and chocolates, baka naman masawi ka lang din, no? Doon na sa sure ball, di ba? Doon na sa sure ball, you're going to learn. Di ba? Spend that 1,500 to be not my just date, but tatlo pang napaka nagagandahang lalaki po ang magtuturo dyan, ng mga, mga ating mga mentors, no? Mentors Luke, Mentor Rad, and Mentor Alfie ang magtuturo on that day. Tatlo. Guys, tatlo pa kasama po ninyo. Tuturo kami ng live sa inyo on how to do staking, how to do live orders, etc., etc. And, naka-record yan. I'm going to give you a copy of the recording for 1 week. Konti lang naman eh. Baka pitikin ang ilong ko ng batch 26. Alam ng batch 26 yan. No, so, I'm going to give you the recording, alright, ng 1 week sa mga, para matuto kayo talaga. No? Doon lang yan sa Crypto Primer, ha? Okay? Magawan ko ng paraan to, walang music para walang copyright. Copyright ako ni YouTube. Ay, nako. Buti na lang mahal tayo ng YouTube. At salamat YouTube, ha, for understanding me. Alright, anyways, let's move on. Okay, of course, I'm also live in Spotify. And of course, please don't forget, no, I'm actually, kung may mga questions po kayo rather, please visit us in www.globalmirandaminor.com. All of your questions about enrollment, about details of the class, everything else is actually here. Just go to my website, look at this one, napakaganda pong website natin. And of course, just click on the how to enroll, what do we offer, etc., etc. Okay, and of course, yan, meron tayong video, meron tayong achievements, our real scores. Alam mo, sobrang totoo ako dito. Napakagandang scores that our students are giving us. 4.97 out of 5, 4.96 out of 5, and 3,000 and plus alumni and growing out of 26 countries. Yan, mga daming testimonials, guys. Just look at my Twitter, nakakatuwa. And please go here if you have any questions about our course. For example, click on beginner course. When you click on beginner course, yan, nandyan na po lahat, no? How to enroll, course description, everything is here. Yung mga requirements, nandito na po. You have your FAQ, and of course, you have the schedules here as well. If you'd like to enroll, please click on enroll now. Andito na po lahat ng kailangan ninyong malaman. When you click on enroll now, it would lead you to the link where you can actually enroll step 1 registration, step 2 payment, and step 3 confirmation, and so on, and so on, and so forth. Alam nyo po ba na malapit na po kami mag-integrate ng e-commerce, no? Antayin nyo po yan, malapit na po yan. Approved na po kami for Swift Pay, and I think Now Pay if I'm not mistaken. So, lalagay na po namin yan dyan para you don't need to transfer from your bank. Dito ka na mag-transact ng payment mo. Ang galing, nakaka-bless guys, no? Nakaka-bless because ang bilis natin, sa totoo lang na maraming salamat po. Utang ko po lahat sa inyo, utang laloob ko po sa inyo pong suporta sa ating group, no? Napakabilis natin. In a span of less than 1 year, we have a website. We have a very good-looking website, functioning website. We have a lot of students. We have a lot of testimonials. We have a lot of partners. Meron na tayong mga schools. We're actually talking, we've spoken with Ateneo. We've spoken with, we're going to talk with Rizal Technological University. We're going to talk to Holy Angel University. We have a lot of partnerships, no? For less than 1 year, guys. Nakakatuwa, nakaka-bless at maraming salamat sa Panginoon, no? Itaas natin lahat sa Panginoon ng pagpupuri at karangalan because we've been very blessed and maraming salamat po. Nakaka-inspire lang talagang tumulong. Tsaka pag tumutulong ka, makita mo yung mga pasasalamat ng mga traders. Hindi na matapos-tapos. Grabe. Maraming salamat sa inyo po lahat at taos-pusong pasasalamat po sa inyo. Okay. Let's now go with our topic for today. Okay, question guys. Let me ask you a question. When you say crisis, ano ang ibig sabihin nito para sa inyo? When I say economic recession or crisis, can you please describe, please give me something in the chat room, in the chat box. Can you please chat there, ano po ang ibig sabihin sa inyo ng recession? What does that mean, please? Give me a one word. Give me a one word that can help you describe what a crisis is, 'di ba? Sabi nila pag crisis, ito yung panahon na marami magulo, no? Uncontrollables, and alam mo ba, it's a skill to become calm during crisis. Leadership in crisis is in fact, in many corporate world, alam ng mga nagtatrabaho ito, we have what we call business continuity planning measures, no, or BCP. Kailangan po yan, especially on global companies, kung saan meron pong potential risk or mga force majeure or mga act of God, so to speak, kailangan natin ng plano. How do we now, for example, meron tayong crisis in terms of work stoppage, merong civil war or may union or something, no? So we look for those areas and we plan for that. In case something happens, merong business continuity planning, all right? But when you talk about crisis, you know, in the economy, ito ay napakalaking pangyayari in an economy. And most often than not, during recession, a lot of investments, no, napakarami pa mga investments ang naaapektuhan. Hindi lamang ang index, kung hindi ang mga high yield, high risk assets, no, na karamihan sa mga traders or investment managers, karaniwan sila ay naglilinis ng kanilang mga portfolio during the time of recession and crisis. So, most often than not, during the pre-crisis era, doon pa lang, no? Actually, I'm telling you, 4 months, 5 months ago, naglilinis na po. Narinig ko, naglilinis na ang mga investment fund companies ng kanilang mga positions because of the potential recession. So sinabi ko po sa inyo November of last year, in October or November of last year, that I'm seeing a potential recession. But what does that mean? Ano ibig sabihin yan? Let's go back the memory lane at tingnan po natin ano ba yung mga factors. To be honest with you guys, ang recession is the end product. Okay, it's not the early stage. In fact, it's the end product of the multiple economic factors that are negative, no? So, a lot of our macro market indicators, including employment, GDP, interest rates, inflation, etc., are part and parcel of a recession, no? So, sabi natin kahapon, merong kakaibang news sa market, no? Kakaibang news sa market which is nagulat, well, not nagulat ng lahat, but a lot of the traders took it negatively. And I'm talking about the most recent pronouncements of the most recent consumer price index in the United States that actually hit an all-time high around a 7% result. So, question is it gonna be a start of a recession? So let me give you a couple of overview. Ano ba yung ating history in terms of recession? Okay? But before that, before we officially start, let me actually do a very, very quick coin price review at this point. Okay? Let's now go and click on our percentages here. Let's all talk about our most hit coin. No? Let's talk about our most hit coin. Let me actually do a 1 hour at this point. Okay. So obviously, meron tayo nakikitang price correction on the 0.390. Guys, I've plotted this 0.390. Hindi ko alam kung sinabi ko sa inyo to or hindi. Can you please tell me kung na-tweet ko ito? Because I should have tweeted this, no? I was charting SLP naman nakakaraang araw and alam ko magko-correct ito sa 0.386. Can you please tell me around that area? Sorry. I should have not touched that. Mabilis lang to, no? I will not go on a technical analysis at this point because I need to focus on macro factors. Can you please tell me kung binigay ko sa inyo to because I should have given this to you, ha? I should have given this to all of you. If not, I'll make sure I'll do this going forward. Kasi dapat marami tayong natulungan dito. Okay? Baka yung iba nagiging nagiging bullish pa, hindi na bullish dapat ang ang takbo. Can you please tell me, hindi ba? Sinabi ko sa live. Okay, good. Kasi magko-correct may correction area yung 2.61. Anyways. So apparently nagko-correct, no? Meron kasing alam ko 4 point. I was plotting this. Mamaya ayusin ko yung chart, ha. But yung pinakaunang chart ko dito is 0.41. Around 0.41 yung plotting ko dito noon. Yan magko-correct yan. True enough doon nagkaroon ng correction, pero sinabi ko sa inyo to, ha. SLP and ini-expect na natin yan, iwas sa mga letter M's or well, not letter M's but the Mickey Mouses, no? Of course, letter M, Miranda Minor yun. Kung iiwas doon, mahalin mo yun, 'di ba? Okay. Magbaba, no? Of course, karamihan sa mga coins nag-retrace pero healthy retracement yan. Let's go to TRX or Tron 3.46. Okay. Litecoin or LTC, meron ding M, 1.29 negative. Actually, yung karamihan nag-recover na rin, no? 132.79. AVAX, 90.05. Humahataw doon sa common trend resistance. Abangan mo to, kunin mo to. Hanapin mo tong trend line nito. Ginawa na natin yan before. Matic, meron din paghataw sa trend line. Of course, makakita ka ng left hand dyan. May left hand, meron ka ring trend resistance. Every time nagkakaroon ng left hand, ang isang TRBO, that's a grade B trade. Okay, tinuro ko na yan sa mga estudyante. Tetha is 0.62, negative at 4.038. Malamang sa merong 618 area dito, hanapin mo. Malamang ito, this is a 618 area. And true enough, may 618 doon. So that's the power of our system. XRP nag-regress at 0.819. Pero actually, inaabangan ko to kanina pa eh. I was waiting for this kasi nagkaroon ng salo at 0.80, 8059. No? Kanina nag-0.76 to eh. Nag-0.76 to. Kanina ko pa to inaantay guys. No? I'm just waiting for the right MACD confirmation sa 1 hour. During the class pa to, inaantay ko na to eh. Ang tagal, no? So, MACD confirmation, mamaya bubuksan ko yan. Let's go to Atom. Atom. Okay, antayin ng TRBO play kasi nagkaroon ka na ng potential bounce play dito on the big pictures. Okay, antayin na yan. May 618, oh. Antay ka na dyang magandang volume trend, bounce pataas, no? With MACD confirmation. BTC, diniscuss ko to sa mga traders kanina sa beginner class. So, alam nyo na to. No? Obviously, meron ka ditong... lagyan ko nga to ng MACD. Wait lang. Okay, obviously, meron kang left hand dyan kaya nag-retrace yan. So, kanina sinabi ko, potentially, BTC can retrace to 40,000. Tinuwit ko yan sa inyo, guys, ha? So, potentially, no, kailangan ko lang humataw pataas to ulit. Humataw ng 45 kasi meron dyang key level Fibonacci area kaya hindi man nalo-nalo yan. So, kailangan ko itaas niya yan dyan para tumaas tayo ng 48. Of course, yon hanap ka rin ng 618 area. Ganoon na naman kadali yun, no? Yung swing low to swing high. Nakita mo nagkaroon dito ng almost 618. Yun, ganoon lang kukunin mo. Diba? Let's go on BNB. The same thing, magkakamukha naman yung trades na yan. Okay, BNB negative 0.12. Meron kang from here to here, meron kang 618 area. So, alam mo na yan. ADA, lumalaban sa 1.15. Yan, lumalaban sa 1.15. Alright. So, tingnan po natin kung ito ay mananalo. No? Tingnan natin. But obviously, kamukha rin letter M. Ingat sa ganitong formation. Alright. Mag-aabang ako dito ng magandang volume and magandang TRBO. No, pag mga ganito, mukhang ingat. Ingat tayo. Okay? The same thing with Philcoin. I'm seeing a trend support line potential breakdown. Abangan nyo sa ilalim ito. Ganyan. Abangan nyo yan. Ganyan yung aabangan ninyo. No? So, potential trend support line breakdown. Tingnan po natin kung mananalo yan. Actually, pwede mo rin gamitin well, actually, no. I will use this one instead. Tapos, yun, kuha mo na sa ilalim, di ba? N1 and 2. Correction doon sa 618. Ganun lang lagi. Ulit yan. Boom. Correction doon. Bumaba, laban dito, lalaban to. Tataas ito yung magic circle, ito yung magic triangle natin. Okay? Actually, I discussed the same thing sa mga students ko kanina. Nakaabang yun doon. Okay, let's now go on. We're good with ADA. Let's go for Algo. Mabilis sa charting lang naman tayo. Okay, trend support line dito. Tapos kuha ka ng actually meron trend support line si Algo dito. Yan. Ganda nito. Yan, pag nabasag yan pataas, alam mo na yan. Okay. Abangan nyo to si Algo. Solana. Okay. Okay. So, here to here. Tanggalin nyo itong malaking fib na to. I'll go to my topic. Antayin nyo ako. 0.5 nag-correct. Gawa tayo ng TSLBD dito. Yun. Kuwang-kuha. Ganun yung ulo ko. Ang ganda nito. Uy. Sarap. Sububuo tayo ng triangle. Ayan, abangan mo to guys sa triangle of life mo yan. Okay, 1 USDT, the same thing. Nagbawas dito. May left hand So, malamang 382 to nag-support. 382 nga. Let's sumubok ng 618 area, 0.5. Mataw pataas. I will not consider this. Do not consider this, guys, ha? Bihiran yung lalaroin yung ganitong laro, Kasi this one can potentially... Antay pa tayo ng isa. Ang aantayin ko dito, pag ganitong mga laro, yung formation ng Bitcoin. Okay? Because maganda na meron siyang bounce. Pero I will wait for the Bitcoin at this point. Bitcoin... Ito yung laro natin kanina, no? So, gumawa ako dito ng fib. Yan. Tapos, gumawa tayo ng in-between dito. Meron kang 45 major fib resistance area, no? 45 dito, and you have here. So, 45 within that area ang major fib resistance mo, no? So, yan. Tapos, pag nakuha mo yon, kundin din natin ito. Yan. Nakita mo merong 618 correction dito. So, major correction area ito, ha? So, for me, hindi ko kino-consider na trend resistance breakout ito. Mapakaliit niyan. So, mag-aantay ako ng TRBO on this area, no? Mag-aantay ako ng breakout pataas nito. Kasi ang bias ko, this can potentially go lower. Ano oras na ba? 10:45 na. Let's see. Red ang market, guys. Except SPX. Well, Nasdaq. Uy, very good. Malaban yung market. Tingnan natin. Mamaya, I will give you some fundamentals. ADA, same thing. Let's now go with AXI. Same thing to. I will wait for a major... Actually, to be honest with you, I'm hoping lumalim pa yung ADA isa pa, yung AXS ng isa pa eh. I'll tell you why, no? I'm waiting for a right hand. I'm waiting for a bigger right hand, no? I was expecting mag-bounce on 618 and then tutuloy pataas. Yun yung ini-expect ko dito. No? Same thing with Ethereum, no? I want one more para gumawa na ng right hand, para itulak niya na pataas. Otherwise, magtatagal pa yan sa ganyang range, no? Okay. Karamihan green na. Hindi ko na to isa-isahin, no? Pare-parehas naman ito. Pero so, let's look at DeFi. Let's look for Terra Luna. Saan ba si Terra dito? Teka lang, ha. So, let's go for Luna. One of our highest... Uy, yun na nga, oh. Natin yung triangle of life natin. Kahapon, guys. Triangle of life. Nag-confirm, eh. Nag-confirm dito pa lang. Nag-confirm. 5605. 5605. So, from here to here, you know, nakita mo yung buying area and selling area. Confirm mo. Ang galing. Ang galing. E di sana kumita ka na dito. Kamay kaway-kaway. Kung nakita mo to, ha, hindi ko nalalagyan yung confirmation area. Kunwari na lang alam nyo. 7.25% to confirmation candle with MACD confirmation and take profit on the 618 area after breaking our triangle of life. Oy, nako! Napakagaling na trade. Ay, nako naman. Nako. Ang galing. Okay, congratulations. Galing niyo po. Yun, okay. NFT kay Mana. Mamaya na si Mana, guys. Mamaya tayo mag-trade kay Mana. Dumatay sa topic natin, ha? Okay? Let's now go with our coin industry forecasts. Okay, let's go with our topic right now. Uy, nakuha pala ni A. Fernandez. Yun, very good. Uy, trade ngayon ni Raymond. Okay. Galing, ah. Congratulations. Marunong na kayo. And you learn that for free here. Okay. Let's not talk about recession. Okay. I prepared a chart for all of you. Mukhang busy, pero pagbigyan nyo ako, mukhang busy itong chart na to. I prepared all of this for you. Okay? Let's now go with our topic. And our topic for today is about recession going back. Ng mga hindi pa kayo pinapanganak, let's go back to the late 1970s. Alright. So, during the 1970s, the chart that I'm presenting to you right now, ladies and gentlemen, is the delta between a 10-year and a 2-year treasury yield on a constant maturity on a 1-month chart. I will try my best not to sound like very, very techy or nerdy. I will try to simplify it for you. What I'm trying to show to you right now is a 10-year treasury yield rate na pinauutang. It's actually a bond, no? So, pinauutang ito ng gobyerno. Of course, may interest rate yan. No? 10-year treasury yield minus the 2-year treasury yield. And what I'm trying to compare, ladies and gentlemen, is a 10-year long-term loan. Okay, long-term note na pinauutang, and obviously there is an interest for that. So if you are a trader, ang hinahanap mo bilang isang trader, institutional traders, may mga investment assets tayo or assets that are not very risky. Those are what you call the long-term bonds and the short-term bonds. So if there are traders na nasa short-term bonds, let's say naka 2-year or naka 3-year, pag tumataas po yan, the bondholders are happy. Of course, ang taas ng interest rate mo eh. Diba? Average of 2%, 3%. And why is it being offered? Because obviously, pag nakakuha ka ng isang bond, it's almost guaranteed or risk-free. No? Because there's a sovereign guarantee for that particular asset. No? There's a sovereign guarantee, meaning whatever interest rate there is, the particular body that's actually offering that is almost guaranteeing your interest, no? So there's a sovereign guarantee, but of course may risk pa din. So ang sinasabi ko lang dito, ang mga investors, they actually have an option to put your investment into a high risk interest earning basket versus a low risk, in this case the government bonds. So bakit importante that we learn the 10-year and the 2 years? Why is it the 10-year and the 2 years? There's a lot of many econometricians ang gumagamit ng ganitong perspective. Ang nakikita nila kapag, listen to me very, very carefully guys ha. Listen to me very, very carefully. If the delta or the difference between a 10-year bond versus a 2-year bond hits a 0, listen to me carefully ha. If the bond delta flattens, no? Flattens. Okay, meaning yung dapat pataas ang curve mo, no? Ang curve mo, ang yield rate mo dapat pataas yan. Kita mo sa picture ko ngayon, pataas yan. Pag pataas ganyan, meaning from 0 pataas ang yield curve nyo. So ibig sabihin, pag pataas yan, lumalaki yung delta between the 10-year and the 2 years. However, ang nangyayari, when you say flattening, yung takbo, yung taas ng interest rates mo o yung takbo on the kasi 'di ba? This is what you call the maturity and this is the interest rate, no? Pag maturity interest rate. So habang lumalaki o humahaba yung maturity ng isang asset, dapat mas tumataas yung interest rate niyan. 'Di ba? So dapat pag ganun ang curve mo. The problem is, ang nangyayari, yung curve, yung interest rate ng matandang bond mo or ng treasury mo, nagfa-flatten. Nagfa-flatten siya. Hindi siya pa ganun. Nagfa-flatten siya. And when it flattens, ibig sabihin nun, bumababa. At pag bumababa siya, ibig sabihin nun, hindi pwedeng magtagpo ang 10-year and 2 years because the history says, every time na lumiliit yung delta o yung difference ng 10-year and 2 years mo, yan tulad nito, I'll show it to you later on. Every time it happens, it spells trouble. It spells trouble, no? So during the 1970, let's go forward, let's not discuss the 1973 and 1975. Let's talk about the January to July 1980, wherein there was a second energy crisis during that time and there was an inflation recession. Natawa ako kasi nung mga kabataan ko. Sino po dito yung mga nasa edad ko ngayon na meron ng malay noong 1986? Sino po dito yung meron ng malay sa inyo? Natandaan nyo ba guys yung sobrang brownout? 12 hours brownout. Natandaan nyo ba yon? Tandaan nyo ba na yung nanay ninyo magpapaypa yung nanay ninyo? Natandaan nyo ba na yung mga maliliit yung kapatid na pinanganak ay swerte? Alam nyo, napakaswerte ng mga kabataan ngayon. Hindi nyo inabutan yung 12 hours na brownout. Hindi nyo inabutan yung 12 hours o isang araw o isang dalawang araw na brownout. There's an energy crisis in the Philippines during that post-1986. O yan, mga raming present. Naalala nyo yun? Wala na, grabe. Naalala ko nun, I remember, no guys. Naalala ko nun, may dad, kasi naubos yung, meron kaming, ano tawag doon, yung Petromax. Guys, sino nagkaroon ng Petromax dito? Inalagay ng gas, malaking ilaw. Naubos yun. Tapos nasira. Yung ginawa ng daddy ko, gumawa kami ng sulo. Alam niyo yung sulo? Yung bote ng mantika o bote ng beer yata yun. Tapos may gas. Gas talaga. Tapos nilagyan namin kaya kong gawin yun ng basahan para may may wick. Tapos meron siyang palara. May palara siya. Diba? So, sindihan mo yun. Natawa ako dun kasi pagising namin kinabukasan, puro itim yung ilong namin. Magawa sila ng sulo. Diba? Di natandaan nyo yung mga unang panahon, diba? Pero actually, before we even had our energy crisis, meron na pong energy crisis during the 1980s in the States. No? During this time, the 2022 inflation and CPI is the highest in the past 40 years. Why do we always say it's the highest in the past 40 years? Okay? Why do we always say that it's the highest in 40 years? Because there is someone in history na sobrang sikat. Ang pangalan niya is Paul... taka lang Paul, I tweeted on this, no? Taka lang, guys. Fed Chair Paul Volcker. There you go. Paul Volcker is a very, very famous Federal Reserve Chairman. In fact, because he was very famous, Obama made him as a recovery czar. No? Parang recovery czar yung kanyang posisyon. And he was very, very famous in the Federal Reserve government institution because nung panahon niya, this was the Great Recession during the 1980s. No? And during the 1980s, ang pinakakalaban niya, and he was the Fed chair that time, was the very high inflation. So guys, listen to this very carefully because this can happen again, no? This can happen again to the economy. So during that time, the January to July of 1980, there was a very massive inflation recession. And during that time, Paul Volcker is the Fed chair. As a matter of fact, marami ngayon ang nagsasabi, Hoy, Jerome Powell, gayahin mo si Paul Volcker. Ha? Kinalaban nila yung inflation and it was resolved. But here's the problem. What he did, listen to me very carefully ha, what he did was to raise the interest rates to almost 19%. And it led to recession. It led to recession. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 incoming recession rates this coming 2022. Marami po mga traders ngayon ang natatakot because baka pabilisin at mas pataasin ang interest rates. The problem, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is where we are right now. This is where we are right now. We're in the delta. The delta between the two interest rates is already down to almost 45 basis points, meaning 0.45. And that is a problem. That is a problem. Actually, I was trying to use a Fibonacci here kanina. Sabi ko mukhang magko-correct. True enough, may 618 dun, no? Diba? Sabi ko mukhang magbabounce dito, parang meron ka nakikitang 382 or 0.5 dyan. Diba? Galing, no? Galing ng 618 natin, guys. Ever since history. Diba? Galing, no? Tapos, pwede ka rin gumamit from the lower low up to that high. Kita mo, yung area na to, this is the 618 area, guys. Woo! Masarap. Bounce area ng inflation. You're using a Fibonacci. Power of our system, guys. The power The power of nature applies everywhere. Alright, let's do this. Okay, kahit saan mo gamitin yan. Sabi ko sa'yo, pati fundamentals natin. Okay, so ito na yung issue. Okay, basahin natin ha. Sabi ng, actually, merong point of view itong si Joanne Lapin. Sabi niya, I don't think that potentially a recession can happen. Alright, ito na. Listen to this, no? Sabi dito, at the 1979 area, at that time, Paul Volcker became the most hated man in America when, listen to me carefully, he was the most hated man in America when Federal Reserve Chairman, he pushed the interest rates to 19% and it created a recession. So ang problema, ang tanong dito, ito this is what I'm reading. Ang tanong dito, is Jerome Powell going to do the same? Diba? As a matter of fact, maraming ganyang headline ngayon, diba? Paul Volcker, Jerome Powell, they're being compared. Ayan sabi dito, Jerome Powell is no Paul Volcker. Jerome Powell is no Paul Volcker. Diba? They're trying to make a comparison now. Anong gagawin mo? Mag-e-election next year, are you going to raise the interest rates? So ito na. Let's talk about it maya-maya. Let's talk about first the history. Galing ng 618, guys. Grabe. Nakapangilabot. Woo! Ngilabot ako. Alright. Noong 1991, there was a Gulf crisis. No, you will notice again that the interest rates of the 10-year and the 2-year is actually hitting the 618 area, or in this particular case, na-hit na yung tinatawag nating zero delta. No? Meaning, nagkaroon siya ng zero. Wala na siyang difference. The 2-year and 10-year is the same. After that, nung March to November of 2001, during this time, there was a .com crash and a 9/11. Siguro buhay na naman kayo niyan, guys. During the November 2000s for stock market bubble. No, because everyone was investing, sige, mag-invest tayo dun sa kahit anong business na may kinalaman sa websites. Let's all invest into the companies na may kinalaman sa .com. Magandang mga industriya yan up until there was a bubble. No? And during this time, the tech-heavy Nasdaq lost 75% of its value and hordes of investors went belly up. Okay, I will not discuss the word belly up, but there is a word belly up from a economic and fundamental standpoint. So assignment mo yan When you use the word belly up, may ibig sabihin yan in terms of charts. Hindi ko muna i-explain, baka malito ka. There's a belly up terminology in the charts. I'm going to hold that for you. Okay. So let's now go on Nasdaq. Let's go as well on the 1 month. Let's go on Nasdaq. I-check natin. During the 2001 era, look at this one. Sabi niya doon, during the 2000 and 2001 era, the price of Nasdaq went belly up. No? So, what have happened? Ang tawag dito is, nosedive. Nag-nosedive yung presyo ng coin. No? So, during this time, because of the particular price reduction, there was a recession rather. There was a 81% drawdown. Panginoon ko. Grabe, almost 80+% drawdown, no? So during this time, Nasdaq, almost 75% of its value and hordes of investors went belly up. Okay? So, question. Did it go below the zero delta? Yes. All right, let's go forward. During the market bubble. Okay. Ito na. 2007. During this time, walang pakialam yung tao. Oy, sige, itago natin. Gawa tayo meron ng issue, pero huwag nating palabasin yan. There was a market bubble. Marami po mga napanood na movies dyan. There was a movie about this, guys, Wolf of Wall Street, di ba? The government cannot bail out anymore. Matatalo ang gobyerno, I cannot bail you out. There was a government stimulus na sinasabi during that time, but the private sector were not bailed out. Diba? So at that day, if you will notice, 2007, 2008, 2009, there was a massive housing crisis that led into a recession. Diba? So during this time, again, ulitin ko ha, every time that you see, okay, in fact, the Japanese recession happened around the early 90s as well during this time. No? This is the US recession. So it's important bilang isang trader, di ko kasi alam kung alam to ng maraming traders. No? But it's important that from a macro perspective, alam po natin that every time that there was a flattening of the curve, dalawa lang pwedeng mangyari. Isa, masaya yung mga bondholders na mga short-term holders, is tumataas yung interest rates nila. Pangalawa, pwedeng mag-signus ng recession yan. Okay. Ano nangyari sa 2019? Ano tong 2019 na to? O, basahin natin yung news during that time. Ito na yung news that time. The 2019 yield curve inversion means a recession could hit in 2020. Listen carefully, no? Sabi dito, the yield inversion in 2019 can mean recession in 2020. If you guys would have remembered, during that time, there's actually a massive political loss sa political capital loss ni Trump. Because nung panahon niya, sinasabi ng mga tao, ano ba namang klase ito? Sabi niya, nagkakagulo na. Sabi niya, anong gagawin mo? What are you going to do? And then he brought in Jerome Powell. We brought in. Nag-recover. Diba? So, sobrang sikat ni Jerome. Actually, to be honest with you, sobrang sikat niya. Siyempre, every time may mga Federal Reserve chairman ka, tapos bilang isang presidente, nare-resolve nila yung problema ng ekonomiya. Tulad nito, si Paul Volcker, 'di ba? Paul Volcker, ginawa pa siyang czar ng economic recovery ni Obama noong 2011. 'Di ba? Pagkatapos nung September 9/11 crisis, nilagay siyang economic recovery czar. Magaling siya 2 decades ago eh. Ito ngayon si Jerome, inayos din niya yung 2019. Ngayon, nagkaroon dapat ng term ending. Siya na pa rin yung nilagay. Anong ginawa? Yung babae na magaling din na candidate sana, ginawang vice chair niya. Diba? So ano nangyari? Ito na nga. In 2019, merong inversion na nangyari. No? Inversion meaning almost zero na. So ito na nga yung nangyari ngayon. So people are all speculating, oy, teka lang, ang taas ng inflation. Ano nangyayari? Sobrang taas ng inflation noong 1979 during this time. Anong ginawa ni Paul Volcker? Diba? Let's read. Sabi niya dito, he was an American economist. He served 2 terms. He was nominated to the position by the President Jimmy Carter, blah, 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 blah. Ito na. He was the most hated American. Di ba ginawa niya rito? Inflation emerged as the economic and political challenge during the 70s. The monetary policies of the Federal Reserve Board led by Volcker were wildly credited with curbing the rate of inflation. Ito na. Kilala siya sa mga books ng ekonomista eh. Sabi dito, he was the one responsible in carving out the rate when inflation hit 14.8%. Panginoon ko, 14.8%. Nawala ng value yung pera mo. 14 point, sobrang tinaas yung Pag ganito kataas ang inflation, gagawin ko nang may bayad tong live natin. Joke lang. Di ba? So, during that time, the Federal Reserve Board, listen to this carefully basahin ko mabuti. Yung ginawa niya, ito yung nakakatakot gawin niya eh. Sabi dito, during this time, the prime rate rose to 21.5%, which led to the recession. Again, recession is the end product, di ba? Ito na, lumabas na. Sabi niya, Volcker's Federal Reserve elicited the strongest political attacks and protests Sabi nila, hoy, bakit anong ginawa mo? Bakit ka nagtaas ng interest rate? Sobrang taas. Siyempre, yun ang mga utang niyan. Ang taas ng interest rates. Then recession nangyari. So ito na. Sabi ng maraming tao, bakit di mo gayahin si Paul Volcker? Itaas mo yung interest rates. Itaas mo yung interest rates. So, ang dami ngayon nagsasabi, Jerome Powell is no Paul Volcker. So, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying to say here. Pwede ba na mangyari ulit ang US recession when during the month of March, i-decide ni Jerome Powell, okay, I will follow the same trend that my predecessor did. I'm going to follow their textbook and their blueprint. I'm going to follow that. So what's going to be happening? What can potentially happen? What can potentially happen is 2022 recession. Again, 2019, that was the same headline, guys. That was the same headline, 2019. Yield curve inversion means a recession could hit in 2020. Diba? Ito pa, oh. Should we fear the inverted yield curve? Diba? Yield curve, let's look at the news. Yield curve inversion. Yield curve 2022. Let's look at the news. Para alam nyo. Ayan, oh. Explainer, the US yield curve has been flattening. Why do you need to be concerned? Analysis, fearing the Fed error, investors track less obvious parts. US Treasury yield curve to flatten, possibly to invert this year. US yield curve flattens as traders mull half-point March hike. BlackRock's Think sees flattening yield curve amid bond. Diba? So, ang dami. The economists are looking at it at this way. I'm trying to explain it to you in a very, 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 very simple pattern. Para alam mo na. So, bilang isang trader, what can potentially happen? Ito na yung resulta. Okay, tingnan mo mabuti yung ginawa nating sample. This is me looking at the economic fundamentals, doing a research for all of you, and this is what we've arrived on. Ito na. So here's my perspective. Let's all move forward 2020. Ang potentially na pwedeng mangyari, okay, let me just give you a Federal Reserve rate hikes 2022. Let's look at the news. Ito potential mangyari, sinasabi ko na sa inyo. Alright. Citibank forecasted Federal Reserve to raise rates by 50 basis points or 0.5. Ayan. Okay. Goldman predicts 7 times. Panginoon ko, 7 times interest. Ngayon, ang dami ng mga big banks nagpe-predict na sila. They're now predicting 10 hours ago, I'm giving it to you hot off the grill, guys. I'm giving it to you hot off the oven. As is, nangyayari na as we speak. So, I'm making you realize the very easier ones to understand. Ito na. Ito sabi ng Reuters. Fed hopes economy is on a cusp of inflation slowdown as a rate. Ito na. So, maraming nagwo-worry. Maraming nagwo-worry. Sabi nila, you're going to raise 50 basis points. It only meant 0.5, no? 50 basis points increase. Yan na. So, ito na, CPI. Let's do this. Ayan. The bank made a 7.5 annual basis or a 7% gain in December for CPI. Yung mga forecast nila, no? But the Fed Fund futures market began to price in a more likely chance of a half-point price hike at next month's meeting. Ito na, half-point nga. After the inflation report and hawkish comments from St. Louis Federal Reserve President James Bullard. So, ito na. The city economists said they expect 3 further hikes in 2023 following a 1.5 percentage points. So, in short, to make the long story short, they're trying to stagger it. Bakit? Ito yung ayaw nilang gawin. Let me show to you. Ito yung ayaw nilang gawin. During this time, during this time because 14.8% yung inflation. Okay, nagkaroon ng 11.2 average in 1917 and 20% in 1981. Hinataw niya pataas yung interest rates. Hinataw niya pataas. The prime rate rose to 21.5. 21.5. Sinong uutang nun? Parang so big, di ba? So anyways, if you think about this, another one, ito na oh. Goldman predicts US Fed will hike interest rates 7 times this year para makalaban yung inflation. Tingnan natin. Ito naman, 25 basis points at 7 consecutive meetings. So tatandaan ninyo, historically, kapag nag-hit ng zero, listen kapag nag-hit ng zero, okay, the index goes down. Index goes down. Let me look at Google on August 2019. Let me open to you. Look at Google on August 2019. There you go. Pandemic hits. Diba? The index, Nasdaq, nakita naman ninyo, sobrang nagganyan. Right? Let's look at this is 2020. This is the pandemic. Right? This is the 2019 problem. Yung index, di ba? We're going to see if it's going to happen now. Nasdaq here. Is it going to break out or is it going to go down here? No? So two things can happen, guys. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. One, retailer perspective. Two things can happen, no? Pwede mangyari sa mga maraming interview na narinig natin. Sana mangyari to and I want myself to be wrong. Number one, to combat inflation, they will buy and hedge their money to Bitcoin. Pwede mangyari yan. This can happen. Because during this time, remember, during this time, walang Bitcoin yan. Okay? Walang Bitcoin yan. And during this time, 2019, this is when the recovery of Bitcoin happened. During this time, when it went to an all-time low of 2019, that's when you start seeing, let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. Here. There you go. On around 2019, let's look at the middle of 2019. Here. You see a recovery. Start of 2019. Pababa, 2018. Pababa. After this, you saw an increase pataas na ng Bitcoin. So, iniisip ko dito, while there's gonna be a recession, tataas po ang interest rates. Magagalit ang tao sa Fed tulad na nangyari sa history. Iniisip natin, meron at merong bibili ng Bitcoin. So, how the crypto market will react. In fact, during the 2011 crisis, okay, wala mang pakialam si Bitcoin noon. No, wala siyang, nung babagsak na to, yung bumagsak na yan, nakita mo yan? Wala siyang pakialam niyan. In fact, pataas ng pataas ang Bitcoin during that time. Lumiliit pero sobrang pataas pa din. So in my perspective, this is an unknown territory for us. So the question is, will there be a recession? I think there's gonna be. Lalo na pag umakyat ng umakyat ng umakyat ng umakyat. And every time, guys, hindi naman ako eksperto dito. Sinasabi ko lang, based on statistics, every time humahataw ng zero, okay, itong metric na ito, hanapin nyo to guys ha, take a look at this metric. Okay? Please, take a look. 10-year Treasury constant maturity minus 2-year Treasury constant maturity. Yan ang hanapin ninyo sa trading view para makita nyo na yan, tago nyo na yan. Okay? Para at least meron na kayong market indicator na. So tingin natin, pwedeng magkaroon recession, but I think people will be fearful and they will start buying Bitcoin like gold and they will start hedging it. Meron tayong makikitang potential slow impact. People will get fearful. People will get very fearful of the recession. Kasi mga tao makarinig ng word na recession, nagkakagulo na eh. Diba? When in fact, that's actually almost the end state. Ang taas ng inflation, ang pangit na employment numbers, diba? It's basically an output. O, kailangan kalabanin. No? After the recession, di move on tayo. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na may recession, tayo kakain. Hindi naman gano'n ibig sabihin nun. Diba? Hindi naman ibig sabihin nun. Tuloy pa rin ang buhay. Does that make sense, guys? So, statistically, makikita nyo mga balita ngayon para alam nyo na. Ngayon, alam nyo na, ganun pala yun, coach. Pag nakabasa pala ako ng mga ganitong mga balita na, raise interest rates. Okay, ayun pala ibig sabihin nun. Yun. 1982, yun pala ibig sabihin nun. At least meron na kayong idea what does that mean. Diba? Hindi na kayo nag-iisa. Hindi nyo na alam, okay, ganun ibig sabihin. Right? Did you guys learn something today? Yes. Tapusin ko lang to. Sabi dito ni Joe, sabi dito ni Joan Lapin. Sabi niya dito, when the housing market imploded on 2007 and 2008 causing a great recession, the Fed Reserve was forced to step in a new way and shore up the entire financial system. Ito, nagkagulo talaga dito. Diba? Sabi ko sa inyo, the government need to rescue Merrill Lynch, Goldman Sachs, Neuberger Bergman, lahat kailangan nilang saluhin. Diba? And they need to do quantitative easing. They need to print a lot of money, QEs. Yung sabihin yan, when you say quantitative easing, they need to print a lot of money. Diba? The mechanism to pump vast sums of money in the economy. Kasi kailangan na lang tulungan yung mga natuluging kundi magko-collapse yan parang Evergrande ng China. Anong ginawa ng Evergrande in China? Ang ginawa nila, lahat ng mga katulad nilang kumpanya nag-contribute. Para mawala lang yung issue. Kasabog yun eh. Magiging 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 housing issue yun. Magiging parang another Goldman Sachs issues yun. Magiging Lehman Brothers. Ang ginawa, nag-contribute sila. Hindi na wala yung issue. Ayan, COVID, alam niyo na yan. Ito na. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell approach has been to telegraph all the Fed's intended steps well in advance. Last fall, the Fed made clear it would stop pumping money. Di ba sabi nila yun? Sige na, we're not gonna be printing money na. Ayoko na mag-print ng money. Let's not print money at this point. Tama na yan. We're going to taper down the support. Kaya na ng ekonomiya yan. Yan na sinabi nila eh. Ano nangyari? So ito na. It has already begun reducing how much money is being pumped. Tapos na yan by March. The Fed is on the record saying it might raise rates as many as 3 times in 2022, but it could be more aggressive depending on economic data. Sabi niya, I am in the 3 to 4 times camp. That would bring interest rates to 1% higher than they are now. Yan. Sabi dito, fearmongers at various investment banks are suggesting that the Fed will raise interest rates as many as 7 times in 2022. Even if they did, rates would still be historically low since World War II. Siguro sinasabi niya comparison of the old to the current era. Sabi niyo doon. Sabi dito, many excellent economists believe that Q4 2022 inflation will be far lower than it's now. And if inflation falls to 4% by year end, if you buy a stocks, listen if you buy a stock that rise 6% this year plus you pay a 2% dividend, that's an 8% return. No? 8% return will be exceeded inflation by 2x. Ibig sabihin, you just need to revise your inflation goals away from making a 20% a year or more in risky stocks with no earnings. So magre-rebalance sila. Isipin nila, okay, so doon ba ako sa safe? Doon ba ako sa more risky? Diba? Mag-i-invest ba ako doon kasi mataas ang inflation. Mataas ang pera ng bilhin. So anong gagawin ko? Mag-i-invest ba ako sa bangko? Mukhang ayoko kasi 0.25 lang yun. Tapos baka kitain ko lang, maliit lang, walang kwenta yung mangyayari. So ang gagawin ko, I will now go to more riskier stocks. Or pwede na lang gawin, sige, magbili na tayo ng maraming bond kasi maganda naman yung bondholders, maganda yung interest rates niyan. So yun ang perspective niya. Sinasabi ko lang sa inyo, based on a crypto market perspective, ano yung potential na mangyayari. So, iniisip ko, kabahan, wag kayong gaanong kabahan. No, I think as long as you're following my suggestions, stay defensive. 30% lang ilalabas ninyo. Anytime the market can panic, pag lumabas yung interest rates natin, mas malaki pa, people will panic. Pero I think it will only get better by the end of the year. Ngayon lang yan. Kasi syempre, the government needs to do everything that they need to do to fight the inflation. Kasi nag-overheat yung economy. Kaya gawin, tataas ang interest rates. Diba? Tataas ang interest rates, konti lang mangungutang. Pag konti mangungutang, the economy will slow down. Okay? Alright. Okay, let me read some comments. Sabi dito, kaya nga sana mangyari yan para pasok lahat ng pera sa Bitcoin. Parang risk on, risk off. But may correlation na ang Bitcoin to Nasdaq, coach. Yeah, exactly the point. May correlation na. So, again, let's observe, guys. Stay defensive. Anytime lalabas, siguro kailan ba lalabas yung report? March something yung interest rates. So, actually, ang PSEI, let's see I think ang PSEI, let's see. Look at PSEI, guys. Diba? After the March 2020, nag-recover na tayo. Pero tingnan natin, mukhang magko-correct to Naka-breakout lang sa 618 area. PSEI to Tapos let's look at the swing low to swing high. Meron pang 618 area dito. This is Philippine Stock Exchange, okay? Let's do this 2087. This is the Philippines Stocks Exchange, guys. Look at how powerful our system is. Now you tell me, why is our system very, very effective? So, obviously, there is a 2.618 on the 9,000 points. And meron ka sumalong micro Fibonacci, may oras dito. And there's a 1.618. This is Philippines Stocks Exchange, I'm telling you. Meron ka ditong support area. Sa mga stock market traders, pakita mo to. Hindi sila magulat. Pinakikita natin. Imaginein mo, Imaginein mo, alam na pala natin yung price na pinakatuktok niya as early as 2002. As early as 2002, right? Alam na natin ang pupuntahan ng stock market. Ganun kagaling. Huh? Diba? Galing, guys. Let's look at Mond Nissin. Ang stock market traders dyan. Ako, I have investments in Mond. Ito ang tao sa nangyaring yan, guys. I'm very, very happy with this. Give me a second, 11:13 na pala. May tututunan ba kayo, guys? Do you learn something today? Do you learn something? May tutunan ba kayo? Okay, good. Okay. Pakita ko sa inyo I have an investment in Mond. I have around 12%. 12% increase of my investments today. So, laki ng price range. Grabe. Mataw pataas. Very good. On a per hour basis, so makita mo naman, no, ito ay gumagamit ng regular candle. So gamit tayo ng high kinetics dito para mawala yung mga gap up, gap down. Sana naintindihan nyo sana maintindihan kayo So kung kayo ay nagtitrade ng stock market, mukhang nag-trend resistance breakout to si ano. Yan, no? Maraming pumasok dito, guys. Nakita nyo to? Nag-TRBO to, kaya ganyan, grabing volume. Ang tagal pa lang pumasok nito. So, pasok ka ng 16. Confirmation, wala pa tayong confirmation. Pero mataw na So, pag ganitong kahataw, pero mababaan to ng lower time. Kasi problema dito ng stock market, guys. Sa problema talaga nila dito, alauna na to malamang. Sabi ko pa-close na ng market nito. Pa-close na. Last minute, bumili. Ano nga makakapasok niyan? Last minute, close na yung market. Ang inon. Ang galing. TRBO, ang galing, no? Boom. Tapos, magko-correct sa 618 yan from here to here. 618 correction at 17.64. Yun lang ang limitation, no? Kasi pag stock market, meron ka nga alauna. Paano magko-confirm? Alauna, tapos na yung market mo. Anyways. Roland Logatok Max. Magsa-stock market na tayo dito, Max bang ang Max ang Access Group natin. Investor ka ba dito? Let's go to 1 day. Grabe yung Maxina mo, guys. Ang pangit ng performance nito. Ever since. Oversold territory. Okay. Confirmation candles. Let's go. Bigla tayo bigla tayo nag-stock market Wait lang guys I have time naman today. So, let's do from MACD and RSI. Uy, ang daming ayun Nagkaroon ka din ng left hand, right hand dito. Right hand. Nagkaroon ka ng, well, actually hindi Naka-weak kasi tayo. Naka-weak. Imagine mo, ang pangit ng performance nito. Iwanan mo na tong stock na to. Pataas. Malay mo, mag-add na ako ng stock market dito. Okay. So, sinubukan yan lumaban. Hindi nanalo Gawin natin area. So, merong little bit of consolidation. Ang baba guys, from a valuation standpoint, ang pangit ng price mo. Galing 40 pesos yung max, naging 5.70. Kasi yung bibili nito. Grabe. Okay. So, pag ganito, gawa kayo ng TLSBD dito. Tapos, meron ng mini to guys. Stock market traders, abangan nyo na to. Ayan Napit na Akyat. May common support line. Trendline support. Tapos aakyat dito. Let's wait for MACD to confirm. RSI looks okay naman. Ito yung pasok mo dyan kay yung pasok mo. Okay. Nuruan na kita Meron ka ng signal Ito si biglang humataw. Kinita ko dito. Laki. Laki ng kinita natin dito. 10%. Actually, matagal ko nang binili to. Sabi ko, lang tayo dito. Invest. Mukhang nag-trend breakout na Galing. Ayan TRBO. Congratulations, guys. Anyways, balik tayo sa topic natin. Guys, sana natutunan nyo itong tinuro natin, ita-type ninyo is, I need you guys to type, okay, if you're looking for this curve, what I want you guys to type is T10 Y2Y, no? Type the word T10, this one, T10 Y2Y. Ito yung very specific na marker. But you would never see this until you know. So when you click on the plus sign and type T10, type this one, T10 Y2Y, for you to see this particular chart. Marami ka makukuha dyan sa trading view. So again, sabi ko sa inyo, sa mga nakikita nyo dyong news, let's go to my Twitter. It's okay to get worried, pero ano ang aking perspective? Ang perspective, potentially magkaka-inflation, but there are two ways to look at the coin. No? Potentially, pwedeng maging, sabi dito, they need to learn from Paul Volcker. 7.5 inflation rate. Grabe. Inflation rises. And by the way, guys, si Binance, they're planning to invest $200 million kay CNBC. Sabi ko sa inyo, pakiramdam ko may magkocontrol ng news. Wag naman sana. I'm not saying it's gonna be Binance. I'm saying, whenever a company buys a media giant, so alam mo na yung mangyayari doon. Diba? Sana naman, I'm sure they're going to be very good naman in what they say. So good luck and congratulations to ZZ for making such bold move. Alright. Ayan, sabi tama si RD, no? Pag may crypto talaga, maganda 24/7. 24/7. Okay. Sige nga, alam mo guys, maraming request may Metrobank. I'm going to do a stock market charting siguro bukas. Type number 1 kung gusto nyo yun. Type number 1 kung gusto nyo yun, guys. I'm going to do stock market bukas. Sige nga, kung gusto nyo ba yun, I can do that. Kung gusto nyo. Yeah, I mean Forbes. I was opening CNBC lang, sorry. Metro Bank. Let's open Metro. Gawin natin to, guys, no? It will be fun. It's gonna be, ano ba Metro Bank? Kalimutan ko na yung sign nila. M-Bank? MBK? Magiging masaya yan. Marami may gusto ng stocks, oh. Marami may gusto. Hatiin mo na pati po. Kayo talaga. Ang ganda ng entry na to. Ngayon lang, di ba? Ang ganda, tinan mo, oh. Max. Alam mo na, meron ka ng trend line dun, guys. Abang mo na to sa mga nako-competition dyan. Mga nasa competition, ito na yung pasukan mo. Pero matagal to eh. Matagal pa yan. Siyempre, mag-correct pa sa 618 yan. Swing high, swing low. Kukorek pa yun dito. But ulit-ulit lang yan. Sabi ko siya po, ulit lang yan. Hindi naman to. Swing high, swing low. Diba may 618, nakita mo yun? Meron sa stock market yan, 6182. Nag-correct, bumaba. If you're still doubting, trust the system. Applicable yan sa mga stock. Kahit saan yan. Pa-chart po nandito bukas. O ano? Nangyari kay dito. Tumasi dito, di ba? Meron silang follow-up offer. Let's open dito. Ngayon tumaas sila, oh. Let's see. Meron ba itong TRB, oh? Ang oras. Laki ng binabaan. Grabe. 17 pesos. Okay. Bubukas chart natin to, guys. We'll chart this tomorrow. Marami naging interested. Hindi lang tayo crypto trader. Diba? Galing yun. Ngayon, ba't sumulo si 4.81? May 618 ka dun. Gawa ka ng fib extension. Yan, 4.81. Yan. Bounce on the 618 area with a trend resistance breakout. Hindi naman to nag-confirm eh. So, ito hindi nag-confirm. So, hindi ka magpapasok dyan. Okay, kung hindi nag-confirm, edi... Pero tuturuan kita kung paano magbasa nito. Kasi iba ang stock market, iba ang laro. Tuturuan kayo magbasa ng earnings. I'll teach you how to read this in the stock market perspective. No? May tinatawag tayong mga EPIs, EPS, not EPI, sorry. So, ayan. Bounce 618, si dito. So, mag-aabang ka ngayon dyan ng correction area on, pwedeng 0.5. Ano mag-correct sa 0.5? Tingnan natin. Ayan, sa 0.5 nagko-correct. Problema sa stock market kasi walang kainis kasi merong oras. Kumbaga yung confirmation candle mo bukas bukas pa. 'Di ba? Mahirap to dito. Tsaka makakita ka na dito mga candles mo. Look at the candles, guys. Makakita ka ng makakarinig ka ng mga gap up, gap down. Yan. You will see mga gap up, gap down. Yan. And you could still see, hindi siya per candle, per trend pa din. You always trade the trend, no yan. May mga TSLBDs pa din. Meron pa rin mga ganyan. Makakita ka pa din ng mga right hands, left hands, yan. Ganun pa din. Ng mga right hands, mga left hands. Ulit lang naman yan. Mababa. TSLBD. Tututuro ko yan sa inyo siguro very, very soon. Kasi ibang atake sa stock market. Diyan meron kayong tinatawag na tail of the tape. Turo ko sa inyo yan. May mga ganyan nagdadala sa stock market. Mga ganyan readers. Nako, ingat kayo sa ganyan. Ha? Okay, sige na. Everywhere you bring it. Pero kung galing ka sa crypto, lilipat ka ng stock, wag na maurat ka lang. Galing ka ng stock, lipat ka ng crypto, go ahead. Kasi may shorting you can earn when the coin goes lower. Imaginein mo, pag nag-stock market ka, bumaba yung coin, yung natalo ka na. Kung umakyat, at least kung bumaba man yan, meron ka ditong TLSBD na nakita dito, malaking TLSBD. Di, yan. E di sana nag-cut loss ka na as early as 13 pesos. Tapos yung gumagawa mo ito, left hand. Oh, left hand. Oh, yan. Oh, boom. Diba? It's going higher. But the price here also is going na may left hand. Eh, true enough. Oh. Trend resistance breakout, consolidation, early magic, late magic, pullback, bounce and support, blah 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 blah. Ganun lang yun. O sige na. Anyways, maraming salamat. Sana natutukan ngayon. Ha? Ang maganda yung topic natin today. No? I like our topic for today. And I hope that this is giving you a little bit of knowledge on how to manage yourself during this time. No? Ang aking perspective is potentially pwede magkaroon ng recession. But I hope that Bitcoin, well, not hope, but I'm sure Bitcoin will potentially recover. Napatunayan na natin yan. No? And I'm sure, sabi ko nga sa estudyante ko kanina, the fact na ang Bitcoin, ito na lang, tandaan nyo, the fact that Bitcoin is now in the balance sheet of multinational companies like Tesla, one of the biggest companies in the whole world, what makes us question Bitcoin? Yun na lang guys. Huwag na tayo magtalo. The fact that the board of directors of a trillion-dollar company called Tesla agreed to purchase Bitcoin in their balance sheet. What does that mean? Ako, I'm a corporation president. Alam ko yan. Dapat yung laman ng aking balance sheet, pwede ko talagang panindigan na it can help me earn in the future. The fact na meron $2 billion worth of Bitcoin ang Tesla, what does that mean for you? And up until right now, they've never withdrawn it. It's still in their balance sheet. Yun na lang tingnan mo. Huwag na tayo magtanong ng kung ano-ano dito. I think that's a good fundamental indicator that there's something for the coin. Okay. With that said, maraming salamat. Nakita nyo naman, pwedeng i-apply sa stock market, pwedeng i-apply kahit saan. Na-apply ko din kanina sa Panginoon ko, 40 years worth of inflation, nag-work yung 618. Saan ka pa? Diba? At saan mo ilagay? Pwede. O yun muna guys, mahal na mahal ko kayo. Thank you and good night. And good luck to my students. And I'll see my intermediate students tomorrow. I love you 3,000 and good